and welcome back to Mountaintop Praise. As you may have noticed, I have a very special co-host with me here today, Miss Sarah Adams.
Hello.
Thank you for being here today, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
Now on to some great gospel music. You want to tell us a little bit about this first video?
Sure. This first video is by Kenny Powers, and it's called John 3:16. This song talks about addiction, and we've all faced some sort of addiction, whether it's drugs or alcohol, or it's touched our lives in some way. Just listen to the words.
Here's Kenny Powers with John 3:16.
I remember the night at the end of my road in a motel in Nashville, searching for hope. In my hand was a Bible I read as a child. On the table was a bottle that was driving me wild. When I poured the whiskey into the glass and prayed it would help me forget my past, then I read how Jesus died on the tree. I poured out the whiskey, fell down on my knees. That night old Jack Daniels met John 3:16. God's word broke the hold that he had over me. I traded Tennessee whiskey for Calvary's tree. That night old Jack Daniels met John 3:16. Now when I see those old friends that I used to know down at the old place where I used to go, they tell me I'm different than I used to be, and I love to tell them what happened to me. That night old Jack Daniels met John 3:16. God's word broke the hold that he had over me. I traded Tennessee whiskey for Calvary's tree. That night old Jack Daniels met John 3:16. That night old Jack Daniels met John 3:16.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. Up next, we have a video from Ernie and Judy Johnson. Now, this video is very special because I've heard him give testimony many times about this song and how special it was to him. And that's because it talks about the days of his childhood and his mother, who just recently passed away. Now, I know how that feels because I too have lost a parent. I lost my father about 4 years ago, and this is something that's very hard to overcome.
Here's Ernie and Judy Johnson with Supper Time.
Many years ago, in days childhood. I used to play till evening shadows come. Then winding down an old familiar pathway, I heard my mother call it settled, son. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last. You know, some of the fondest memories of my childhood were woven around supper time. When my mother used to call from the back steps of the old home place, "Come on home now, children, for it's supper time." Oh, if I could only hear that once more. But you know, for me, time has woven a realization of a truth that's even more thrilling. And that's when the calls are coming from the portals of glory to come home, for it's supper time. When all of God's children shall be gathered round that great supper table up yonder with the Lord himself, for the greatest supper time of them all. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last.
The closer I get to God, seems the more I face. Circumstances always seem to get right in my way, but in my hour of desperation, He's always by my side. If I keep my trust in Him, I will overcome the night.